more football time. Earlier on, I did indicate to you that we'll be back shortly. I meant shortly African time. You get the drift, don't you? Well, Cameroon versus Brazil, the second big one for Africa tonight. The first one was Ghana-Uruguay. Didn't go Ghana's way, didn't go Africa's way. Uruguay out of the tournament alongside Ghana, whom they beat 2-0. Uruguay out on fair play points, and Ghana out for lack of having wrapped it up. My name is Tiro Swayaki. I'm joined by a gentleman who was with me last night, William Luya, Kariobangi Sharks FC coach, and Immaculate Akorot, who's a match commissioner. Luya.
Yes.
Bad news to begin with, Ghana's exit. Good news coming our way from Cameroon against Brazil.
It could be, but I think it's for those who worked hard a bit early. And Portugal were well enough comfortable that as much as they were losing their match, they had worked early enough. So we could say that for Cameroon, of course, we know where they faltered, but they have a tall order actually against Brazil.
Oh, that's brilliant. Immaculate Akorot, good to see you.
Nice
with you here the other day.
Nice to see you.
Africa, the mood is not so colorful and cheerful as it was. You should have seen me earlier. But we're just limping. We haven't fallen. Cameroon is giving us some slim hope, at least, or there's no hope at all.
Let's discuss that. But I want to say that for Africans, Ghana having gone out, for me, is a moment to learn as an African country. And we had said on this channel that the Ghanaian team is not a team for this World Cup. It's a team that is being prepared for the next World Cup. So I'm thinking they've learned, we've seen the errors they made, the coach have seen the problems within the team. That is something they're going to work in the team and come out stronger, because they are the team that qualified. They had the lowest ranking when they were qualifying for this World Cup, but for them, they have achieved. So I wouldn't say Africa has lost. I would say that Africa is still learning. It is in a learning process.
Africa is in, how long are we going to learn? Muluya, you're a coach. How long are we going to learn?
We have the likes of Senegal, actually, who are doing it well for us. And I will say that the fact that at least we can get Senegal and Morocco qualifying, it means that we are not too far away from it.
We're not too far away from it.
We are not. And the fact that we qualified for World Cup, that shows you there's talent in Africa. We only need to re-strategize and organize ourselves and probably come out strongly and go for the cup. It's not an easy cup, it's a World Cup. So we need to do more and do extra. Tunisia
almost always qualify and then early exit. What goes wrong for Tunisia? I'm concerned.
Again, I'll say that for whoever worked hard early enough, you have seen the World Cup the way it is. Today, we might be discussing here Cameroon as much as we want to talk about Tunisia. But for any team that did well, especially their first match, considering that Argentina did badly, but they came up very strongly. Any team that did well in their first matches, actually, they had a bigger chance. Of course, Tunisia tried their best.
They have structures.
They do, of
back
course.
Home.
Being the North Africans, we can say Tunisia, Morocco, they do have the structures. But again, sometimes it counts on how much talent you're having on the field.
Immaculate.
And also the age factor, because you could see the team that they had. We are talking about the structure. Are we giving the youth an opportunity also to play? Because at the end of the day, we are not just developing the young people and we don't give them the opportunity.
That's been the argument against the Ayew brothers, especially Andrea, who's been there since 2010. That's like almost 5 World Cups he's done. And there seems to have been not an exit plan for him. That was a huge controversy in Ghana after the squad was named. So is that resonating with what Immaculate is saying?
I think as coaches we should know when to move on. Sometimes we take too long before we make a decision on when are we going to move on from this player. So it's well seen basically for the players who have been there and they are aging. When is the right time to move on? Not only for African teams, we have seen the German with the Thomas Muller and the rest of the guys. So actually when you know when to move on, the better for you. And
it's time for us to move on for a break. I'm hoping we'll be right back so we can take you to Qatar. But the break takes priority right now.
Welcome to the Living Room Stadium. It's the FIFA World Cup. The match is about to start. Food and drink ready. There's no space left for anyone. Come on, get your lucky chair. Take your usual spot. Even the puppy has one. It's preparation time. You can feel the tension in the air. And do you have everything you need to believe?
Feel the excitement. Relish every moment. Get 1.5 GB at 50 bob. Valid for 3 hours. Furahia Futa. Dial *544 hash. Make chaguo smarter na Airtel, the most affordable network.
Chuma ya dosi ni chuma ya nguvu. Ikisimama kwa building, hakuna kitu baya ita happen kwa hiyo building.
Chuma ndio nyumba. Nyumba zetu zote tunatumianga chuma ya dosi.
Doshi Steel, chuma ya nguvu.
Karibu. Ni muda mrefu sijakuja huku. Karibu chai. Damosi yako ni maridadi. Ni nyanya zangu. Sofa nayo, TV nayo, na taa. Hizo zote ni nyanya zangu.
Huyu nyanya yako kwani ni tajiri aje?
Nasema nyanya zangu, yani tomatoes.
Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Hebu tena nionyeshe. Naona unapata pesa na mavuno tele. Siri yako ni gani?
Natumia Elgon Thabiti Super Fertilizer.
Tumia Elgon Thabiti Super NPK Horticulture Planting kwa upanzi wa mimea ya nyanya na upandilie na Thabiti Super NPK Horticulture Top Dressing Fertilizer. Thabiti Super NPK inapatikana kwa viwango tofauti na kwa bei nafuu.
There is something that drives us to become who we are.
For me, it's my family. When they're unwell, I can't function.
How are you feeling now?
I'm much better.
Oh, thanks to Madison Better Life. Thanks to Madison Better Life Medical Cover. They have access to the best care 24/7. Madison Group. Usibahatishe.
With Glovo, you have anything you want from your city in your hands. Kama unatamani ugali beef ama fried chicken, order Glovo ujaribu restaurant mpya. Tamu. Kama game inawaka na unataka drinks zaidi, order Glovo ushangilie timu yako. Na kama your little one amemess na diapers zimeisha, order Glovo and save the day. With Glovo unaweza track order yako na kuongea na customer support, which is always available. Download the app and order anything you want from your city. We'll deliver.
Cheza Loto, shinda pesa moto.
Wachua mamili leo na Loto Moto. Cheza ukianzia na shilingi 50 na ushinde milioni 2 kila siku. Kucheza ni rahisi zaidi. Kwenye M-Pesa, chagua lipa na M-Pesa. Paybill number, weka 757070. Account number, andika neno Loto. Kisha, weka star. Alafu nambari yako ya simu. Kwenye amount, weka kiwango chochote cha pesa. Kuanzia shilingi 50 hadi shilingi 2000. Lipa na usubiri draw. Makinika papa hapa ili utimize ndoto zako na Loto Moto. Cheza kwa kuwajibika. Mchezo huu ni wazi kwa watu walio na umri wa miaka 18 na zaidi. Ujumbe huu umeidhinishwa na BCLB. Cheza Loto Moto. Shinda pesa moto moto.
I'm even getting messages from Kenyans in the diaspora. Everyone is crossing their fingers and hoping Cameroon can, against all odds, pull a Japan or a South Korea on Brazil. Welcome back. Now let's tuck into the serious business of what lies ahead. Cameroon, Brazil. Cameroon are likely to start with Devi Epasi, who comes in place for Andre Onana, the original goalkeeper for Cameroon, controversially left the tournament. Shrouded in mystery, Eto'o is being accused, and he is the Federation President of Cameroon, Eto'o, former striker of Cameroon, of having had a hand in it, either rightly or wrongly, I don't know. But then, do you think that goalkeeping situation was handled well, especially when you consider Epasi only made his debut for Cameroon last year?
What I will say is that in footballing world, beside the tactics and the techniques, discipline is paramount. So I wouldn't really want to side with a keeper being expelled from the team. I think the team had its code, it had its rule, and he had to stick to them. So if he broke any, and Rigobert saw it that it was right for him to leave, then it was also good for Epasi to get a chance. Of course, he had a game, conceded 3, but again, it was against not an opponent who was so weak. and some of the things we can't say he could have really saved. So we know Onana had a very good record playing with the foot, 61 touches of the ball for the match he had played. But discipline is paramount, and you have to adhere with the codes of the team, regardless of your situation.
Immaculate, the story that's actually gaining currency, and I don't know how true this is that Andre Onana asked Eto'o to give the team space because he was like all over them and being there physically present all the time. And Andre Onana said, please, let's have our own space as a team. We'll come to you at the right point in time. That's the story. That's the rumor. Whatever the case, do you think Onana's exit leaves the team disjointed in a way? Is it good for team unity at such an hour?
Actually, I would say that every team has its own structure. And Onana could have requested and not insisted, because I believe there's authority. Every team has its own authority, and they have their own rules and regulations of the team that govern them. And I will not dwell much into what happened, because I'm not so sure exactly what happened to him. We've only read that in the social media, and we are not so sure whether that's the correct thing that happened. But nevertheless, it leaves a gap in the team, because he was their number one choice goalkeeper. He's had so many runs in terms of opportunities. He's played for them for a long time, and everybody has their own way of coming in. I believe Percy, I'm not saying it's good he went, but I'm also saying things happen for a reason. Now Percy has gotten a chance to be able to prove himself that he's not just a second goalkeeper. He can be able to get the number and keep the number as well. So I'm a believer of God, and I believe everything happens for a reason. There's a reason why Onana left, and there's a reason why Percy now is the main man. And believe you me, he's going to live up to the task. Interestingly, Patrick Nagy, whom we were with earlier today on set, was of a different opinion, and he thought that Onana's early or quote-unquote premature exit from the squad at such a juncture might mess things up for Cameroon. Anyway, moving on. Off the bench comes Vincent Abubakar, who hasn't been starting for Cameroon. Top scorer at the Africa Cup of Nations 2021 edition. And is it a brilliant idea to start him from the get-go, given that last time when he came off the bench, he scored a goal that brought Cameroon back to the game against Serbia, and a brilliant assist.
I'll say dynamics. Very good combination between him and Choupo-Moting. I think they have some bit of understanding. You could see how he got into, of course, him scoring and assisting the third goal for Choupo-Moting. It's a good thing for him to start. He's one of the technically gifted players, and again, who has an eye for the goal up front there. So he's going to add in a lot, especially with the good support they're going to have from Anguissa and Koundé in the midfield. So we expect a lot from him and Choupo-Moting. And I think they make some good combination between the two. Amazingly immaculate. More or less the same thing is happening with the Brazilian contingent. Because Jesus, who's been coming off the bench, looks likely to start today for Brazil. Good thing, bad thing? Good thing, because Brazil has already qualified for the knockout stages. It's actually the other teams that are fighting for second spot. Yes, it's the other teams that are fighting. And the coach has also rested some of the players, like Richardson is also resting now for the next match, which is going to be a very tough match, because it's a knockout stage match. You lose, you go home. So the coach has brought in Alex, because Alex is injured, Sancho is injured, and Telles is coming in. That shows you that the fact that he has a few players on injury, and he also rested and given the opportunity for the players who are on the bench to be able to play, for me is just trying the players out to see the quality that he has on the bench, and giving the players that were on the bench an opportunity to also have play time. Someone says Brazil B is just as good as Brazil A. We want to see that in this match. And Coach Ben Bella on Dunda Dunda, which was airing just before we came back on air, says that there's nothing like Team B and Team B for a national team. Team A and Team B for a national team. No, basically, if you look at Brazil, if you look at their starting lineup, Gabriel Jesus is doing well for Arsenal. He's a starter at Arsenal. Martinelli is a starter at Arsenal. Rodrigo is playing well for Madrid. Anthony is a good player for Manchester. If you look at Fabinho in the midfield and Fred, they're also good players. So for me, They not really have a second string team, but they have some good quality players that whoever gets the chance actually has his own mandate to do.
Can Rico Song match Chiche of Brazil? Tactic-wise?
Tactic-wise, technically, yes. But you see, Brazil are more technical because you're looking at the quality of players that they have in this particular match. And it is a do-or-die encounter for Cameroon. So the Cameroonians would be playing under pressure. And look at the system that they're playing. Both teams are playing the same system. 4-2-3-1 for both teams. So it is the battle of the midfield. And look at the players who are in the midfield. They are players who have big names, the players who have a very good track record in terms of supplying the balls and making sure that the forwards get the balls on time. So I'm looking at this match as the fact that it's a win for Cameroon is a must. It's also another battle for the chances that they're going to create, because whoever creates the chances and capitalizes on the chances will take the day out of today's match.
Coaches, Brazil are playing more technical than they have been in the past at World Cup level. In the past, they've been flairful. The Ronaldinhos, the Ronaldos, the Rivaldos. This time, they're a bit more cautious in their approach. Is Brazilian football changing? Fine, they're grinding the result. In fact, I don't think Brazil have conceded a goal.
No, they are yet to concede.
Yes, it's brilliant, fine, but it's not attractive. You expect more from Brazil.
I will say it's the expectation and the bar that has been set high. But if you look at their mode of play, nothing has really changed much. And I like it sometimes when you'll find players like Casemiro defining a game, arriving in the opponent's 18 area and scoring. But of course, we might be still living on the memories of Ronaldinho. We must still be living on the memories of the Romarios who were there. But let's not ignore the fact that we have seen some good flair goals, basically from the Richarlison. We have seen some good football before Neymar got injured. We want to see more of Martinelli. He's a good player. We want to see more of Rodrigo. He's a good player. So to me, let's not say that the flair is not there, but it's a technically and technically well-organized team that for sure is going to give people a run for their money.
You can see behind Coach William Luya live footage of Cameroon doing their last and final warm-up before a crucial encounter that will decide whether they make the round of 16 or not. They are a great side, made the quarterfinals in 1990. You remember Roger Milla? Find out about him if you were not around then. Just Google. You will be amazed that one player from Africa made World Cup history at such an advanced stage, at 38, and then 4 years later, at 42, he made more history, becoming the oldest player to score a World Cup goal in 1990 at 38 and 1994 at 42. Broke his own record. Good luck to Cameroon. See you at halftime. Good luck to Brazil as well.
With Glovo, you have anything you want from your city in your hands. Kama unatamani ugali beef ama fried chicken, order Glovo ujaribu restaurant mpya. With Glovo, unaweza track order yako na kuongea na customer support, which is always available. Download the app and order anything you want from your city. We'll deliver.
Sisi ndio tunabeba swag hadi ndani ya pitch. You're the fastest, the biggest, the strongest. They wonder why. Time waliland kucheza ball na nati, sisi tulikuwa mguu chuma. Ball ni sisi na sisi ni ball. It has always been a part of us. We are passionate, so loud, they had to tell us to keep it down. Na sasa, it's that time again. The time for us to step up. Tuwakumbushe why Waafrika wanashine kwa ligi za majuu. So if you Love football. Love Africa. Cheer Africa. Africa ni sisi.
Utavuna ulichopanda, utavuna. Utavuna, 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 utavuna. Safari hii kawa yangu haikuniangusha.
Hapa mkubwa utapata pesa.
School fees nitalipa yote.
Na pia kamshahara mkubwa usisahau.
Na usisahau pesa yangu ya chama.
Sawa.
Na nikuulize mkubwa, ulitumia nini kwa hii kahawa yako ikazaa hivi?
Nilitumia Elgon Thabiti Super Fertilizer.
Elgon Thabiti Super NPK 22, 612 and 17 blends provide all essential and additional micronutrients for your plantations. Elgon Super Fertilizer is your surest partner in successful farming and is available in various packages that suits your pocket.
Chuma ya dosi ni chuma ya nguvu. Ikisimama kwa building, hakuna kitu baya ita happen kwa hiyo building.
Chuma ndio nyumba. Nyumba zetu zote tunatumianga chuma ya dosi.
Doshi Steel, chuma ya nguvu.
Feel the excitement. Relish every moment. Get 1.5 GB at 50 bob. Valid for 3 hours. Furahia futa. Dial *544#. Make Chaguo smarter na Airtel, the most affordable network.
There's something that drives us to become who we are.
For me, it's my family. When they're unwell, I can't function.
How are you feeling now?
I'm much better.
Oh, thanks to Madison Better Life. Thanks to Madison Better Life Medical Cover. They have access to the best care 24/7. Madison Group. Usibahatishe.
Team, tumefika point critical sana ya hii game. Hii ni finali, lazima tuchukue hii kikombe. Na ukumbuke strategy ya Naivas ya discount ni bottom down. Na lazima kila Mkenya ashinde.
Tuko ready with the last Coke TV to win.
65 inches spread out.
Hey. Special offers for special December parties.
Siko long. Tap and pay with your Visa card na utapata vouchers very fast.
Discount za Naivas na vouchers ziko tayari. Kitu imebaki ni nyinyi wa Kenya mkuje msitwange, bora tu utumie Naivas reward card yako. Harakisheni.
Ushindi na unusa. Na unusa.
Time is running out to shop and win with Team Naivas. Kikombe kikwetu. Kumbuka, kila Mkenya ni mshindi.
Before nilikuwa nafikiria chuma ni chuma. Wacha nikuambie.
Chuma ndio nyumba. Nyumba zetu zote tunatumianga chuma ya dosi.
With a lot of confidence and a dosi.
Doshi Steel, chuma ya nguvu.
Woyo! Yes! Yeah!